welcome back to another episode of Joy This Moment. I'm your host and coach, Mevy here to open hearts and transform minds so you can live your best life and tap into that state of joy, positivity, and success. So, welcome to the first episode of the year 2021. Happy New Year, you all! You know what's funny, right? The last episode was on 31st December 2020, where I talked about a few of my lessons and learnings and reflections of the year and shared some things that I was looking forward to moving forward for this year. And then I disappeared. MIA. Was I busy being like an MI6 agent? No, I wasn't. Well, actually, you know what? Yes, I was. Yes, I was, but not typically an MI6 agent. I was MI6ing myself, taking a deep dive into more of my beliefs and doing huge amounts of personal growth. Because in order for me to be the coach that I need to be to serve you all better, I need to make sure that I am checking in with myself and I am committing to my personal growth. And that is the only way that I feel happier as a coach. So one tip I want to share is whenever you decide to work with a coach, make sure you're picking a coach that actually is actively working on their personal transformation and also open and transparent to sharing that personal transformation with you at sort of various levels, because the stuff that I hope to share, I mean, we're gonna get vulnerable over time, and that brings me to the topic of discussion for today: vulnerability. I was watching Brené Brown's documentary on Netflix. It's called A Call to Courage. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. But Brené Brown is a specialist researcher in shame and vulnerability and courage. But basically, yeah, she researches shame, and she's done plenty of like TED Talks, and this Netflix film is wonderful. So go check that out if you haven't already. So as I was watching the Netflix documentary, I was like, holy freaking shit. Vulnerability is something that I've been struggling actually for the last 3 years. And I was trying to figure out what changed over the last 3 years, because all 3 years ago, I was more open to sharing things. I was having more deeper connections with people. And I was like, over the last 3 years, I haven't been quite myself. And I was thinking, what's changed? And although I've gone through 6 different life changes, and all of those life changes have had different forms of trauma attached to them, and done a lot of work on detaching from that trauma and done a lot of healing work. So of course there's a mammoth amount of change if you think about it. But in terms of being open to deeper connection, why have I been shying away from that? Trying to find the right words. Yeah, why have I been withdrawing from wanting deeper connections with people, deeper connections with friends, deeper connections with family? Because that's who I am as a person. I'm an empath and I'm a highly sensitive person, and I love one-on-one conversations. But something has been feeling very iffy when I've been trying to connect with close friends. Something's just been feeling off, and I know it's been something inside of me, and it's been happening for some time. So why? By asking this question, I took this further deep dive and realized that rewind 3 years when I was very open and sharing things a lot, the comments that I would get from various people, just comments in general, some people close, some people are far, but comments in general would be, oh, you talk too much. You share too much. You're an oversharer. You talk too much. You talk too much. You talk too much. oh my gosh, the words like you talk too much, I would hear that and I'd be like, yeah, in one ear, out the other. Mate, I don't give a shit what you think. I'm still gonna be who I am. If you don't like it, leave. You know, like so that's what I would be thinking consciously. And probably really thought of that subconsciously as well. Like that's what I would be thinking so all the time. However, if there's one thing we know about our subconscious mind, it is this: that 95% of our mind is constantly listening, constantly learning, and is switched on 24 freaking 7. It takes in everything, including negative comments, including criticism of all sorts. Whether those comments were actually negative or not, because here's the thing, I'm saying that, you know, people could just be saying that, oh, you talk too much and you overshare and you talk too much, just as an observation. But those comments, I internalize them as being negative over the years. And what's happened the years is it's just built up, and eventually my brain's just gone, okay, I talk too much, so now I'm going to talk less. And I've noticed this change within myself. It's like, over the last 3 years, any group discussions I've tried to get involved in, or there was a time where I used to also ask a lot of questions because I identify myself as a very curious person, I ask a lot of questions. Over the last 3 years, including the last 2 months, I haven't asked that many questions, even though there's been opportunities to learn and ask for stuff, and I just haven't been asking much. So what's happened is that my mind has now taken on the identity of someone who doesn't talk too much. And the reason I've taken it on is because I believed that by not talking too much, by not oversharing, that is a way for me to fit in. So in order for me to fit in and to belong, I have to be quieter, and I have to be not oversharing, and I have to, I just have to be quiet. Wow. When you realize that, when you realize the power of your subconscious mind to just take on random beliefs of others and then internalize it, and then you become aware of this, holy freaking shit, this is where your power is. When you are awoke, when you do the inner work, when you work on your mindset, when you start questioning what you're believing, why you're believing, how am I even believing this, then you are able to detach yourself from the belief of others, from the comments of others, from the negative chit-chatter of the others, and know who you are as a person. And so now that I know that this is just external bullshit that I've internalized, I've called myself out on it, and I am actually rewiring myself and doing something about it, detaching and rewiring. The inner work is a constant process, and if you are ready to detach from negativity, if you're ready to actually find out who you are as a person and work on yourself, I'd be more than happy to help you in rewiring your beliefs. In fact, working with you to discover what those beliefs and stories are that's holding you back. And first thing that comes from checking in with where you are right now in your life and where you want to be, and just having that discussion on what's holding you back. And we will dig deeper and deeper and deeper. We will find the weeds and we will fucking pull them out. And yes, we will pull out these weeds, and it'd be my honor to help you in that journey, to help you get unstuck so you can move on. And for me, it's taken a long while to get here, but I want to give you the shortcuts using the mindset tools that I have now. So get in touch, you can check out the link in the show notes to book a free taster session with me. And then, whoa, I'm sorry, I thought the feed got cut out. No, okay. This was just the timer. So book in your session with me and let's mind hack you, okay? Mind hack you for success. So with that being said, that brings the first episode of Joy This Moment to a close. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you next week. And yes, I am back. I am done hiding, hiding for a bit, and I am back. Okay, so we'll see you next week. Take care and catch you in the next one.